Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Planet Coaster video. Today, we are back in a park that I didn't think I'd ever actually get a chance to get back into and finish. We're here in Vista View. Vista View is the very first park that I ever started on. I'm pretty sure I started on this park right about the same time that the game actually released. So a couple of years back, what are we, 3 years now? Going on 3 years. So what is Vista View? Well, Vista View, like I said, it's the very first park I ever started. It started from me coming up with an idea for a coaster, and then it kind of grew from that. That coaster being Avalanche, the dive coasters you see in front of us right now. But we're not here today to talk about Avalanche or anything like that. We're here to actually be happy that we are actually back in the park. So up until just this week, I have had trouble trying to get this park to open. The reason being, every single time I opened it, oh look, my Westworld worker robots are recharging. All right, so yeah, every single time that we had to open this park, it had this mint green like terrain. Like all the terrain in the entire park was like a mint green, and it was really weird. I couldn't figure it out. So I just happened to open it up last week and it wasn't doing it. And I was like, I don't know what happened. It didn't exactly get patched or anything. So I don't particularly know what was going on with that. But nonetheless, it was fixed, and I later found out. So after a couple of experiments over the week, I figured out what it was. It was actually a setting in my video settings. I think it was graphics quality or something like that. No, not the presets, but effects. That's what it was. Effects was, if you set it to low, then you get that, and if you set it to medium or high, then you don't. So yeah, that's what was causing the issue. So that is all fixed now, and we are able to actually build in the park again. And I want to try to finish this park pretty much as fast as we can, because it's been a park. It's been in the works for 3 years. 3 years I've been working on this, and it's still not finished. So it makes you wonder how I finished all my other parks, right? Anywho, so we are going to go into this section here. This is, I was going to be the fairy tale section, and I don't know what we're going to call it now. For now, we're still calling it the fairy tale section, but I don't think we're going to base it on actual like fairy tales or anything. But it is kind of the family section of the park, more so than any other section of the entire park. So what is Vista View? Well, Vista View is a park that I came up with. It's kind of a Swiss Bavarian kind of park. It is a European park. We're going to say it's in Europe somewhere. It is in the vein of Disney World, Alton Towers, Efteling, kind of that kind of feel. It's high theming, basically. I am sparing no expense on the construction of anything in this park. I'm still trying to keep it like everything kind of realistic, because that's just how I build, but I'm not constraining myself to being like, well, you know, Cedar Fair wouldn't actually do this kind of theming, or, you know, this is just too much, it's too expensive to build this or that. I'm not worried about that. Vista View is a park that is owned by a chocolate company who also dabbles in animation. So think if Hershey's owned Disney, that would be Vista Chocolate Company. So anyway, what we're here today to look at, though, is my newest coaster that I've been working on this week. This coaster has been in the park for a long time. I built it back when we couldn't even change the coaster types. So like the wing coaster, you have the two different kinds. You have the launch and the other one. And when I built it, I wanted to use this particular car, but I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to launch track. So I ended up having to build it to launch track. So that's what it ended up being. But just a heads up, though, you know, I didn't actually have the opportunity back then when I built this that we could even change out the coaster cars on here, and of course now we can. Friction, I don't even think was a thing back then either. So when I built this, this is an old coaster, and it's been kind of sitting in the park back here unfinished for a long time, and I finally decided, you know what, let's finish it. So this coaster, I call it Dragonfire. or Drakenfire. I kind of want to call it Drakenfire, but Drakenfire was the name of a coaster at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg that didn't exactly work out. I still like it though, so I'm still probably going to go with Drakenfire. But for now, we're going to say Dragonfire. It's got a kind of a Hogwarts kind of look to it. As I was building the castle and stuff here to be the Q station and everything, I did notice that, hey, I'm making Hogwarts. So yeah, we've got the dragon up on top of there. That dragon is a Theme Maker's Toolkit item. I cannot remember who made that, but I will definitely credit that in the description for the video. And let's see, I've also got these ruins pieces here that I use down here. Let's go down here and look at the water that I have. These aqueducts, I guess you would call these. So these ruin pieces also are Theme Maker's Toolkit items that I wanted to use. That worked out really, really well. And I really like that. And then we have the queue line that kind of runs around through there, so the queue line can get a glimpse of the coaster as it hits the splashdown section. Here it comes. I use some triggers and some sequencers and stuff to fix that and make that work there. It still needs a little bit of work though, so the timing is just a little bit off, but I'll get that working. And some of the things you are seeing, of course, are not finished yet. Obviously, there will be a fence around this section here, but it's just not done yet. So, moving on into the center plaza here. So, once you step underneath of the coaster here, you'll be in this the entry plaza here for the coaster. This is the exit for the coaster right there, and you will enter in through there. As you can see, it's completely not finished yet, so you'll go in through there, over through here, up the steps, and then you'll come out over here, and of course you get a nice view of our other coaster over there. That's our kind of, I'm not going to say it's a Banshee clone, but of course I love how Banshee starts, so obviously I went with that. And then you got the drop tower that's inside of the castle there. I really do wish that we could actually make those, like, that is way too tall. I just want to fix it so that it's adjustable height, and man, I hope they go back and fix that one day, but it's highly unlikely. And then I've got some stuff that's just kind of in the way there that we're gonna fix, but that's not important. The important thing is the facade and everything that we've done for this coaster. Now I'm sure some of you guys are going to be like, well, can we get a POV of the coaster? Not quite yet. This coaster is jank. Like I said, I built this coaster a long time ago before my skills have improved. I went back over it over the week and kind of rebuilt some sections of it, but it's still fairly janky. So I may actually have to just take the entire coaster out and rebuild every single bit of it just to get it right. There's a lot of jerkiness to it, a lot of unsmooth sections, and a lot of things that I wanted to do with it that I need to go back and fix. So I was thinking about making this a 0G row over top of that, and I still may do it, but where it goes into the splashdown, I'm not so sure that's a great idea. I might still do it, but I'd have to get it a little bit more speed, I think, coming out of that curve there. So that's a possibility. We will take a look at the actual layout, though. We can do that. So, as I said, it is a launch coaster. Let's look at this dragon real quick. This dragon is awesome. This is the best looking dragon that I could actually find on the workshop. There was another one, but you couldn't change his colors, so. And he fits my roof perfect, too. The way he sits on it right there. Oh, well, excuse me. He had a hot tamale or something. Yeah, the way his legs and stuff are working, he sits perfectly, perched right there on top of that, and I love it. He's on a trigger effect too, on two different ones. The first one being the lift hill, at the top of the lift hill. When the train gets to the top of the lift hill, it goes off, and the other trigger is down here when it goes over that. That's to give the effect that, you know, when you're coming into the plaza, if you happen to see the coaster go over, you get the fire and the coaster going over top of the path at the same time. That's a nice little, just kind of like, oh, that's awesome. And there we go. It's going back into the station now, which I still got to fix. Like I said, pay no attention. A lot of stuff is completely unfinished on this. So I haven't done this side of the station. I haven't done any station work whatsoever yet on this, but I will get to it. Just got to take a little bit of time. All right, so we have, it is a launched wing coaster. And I did this really cool kind of drop on it there where it kind of rose over there. Needs a little bit of work. Through the loop, where it then goes around the tower. Man, it is moving too. I may need to check the speed on this thing a little bit. And then through these S curves down through here before it goes over top of the path, hits the splashdown section, and then back into a helix, and then back over in here. And I need to check the clearance right there on that as well. But all right, yeah, so that's the coaster, guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down in the video below. I love the theming of this. I love this castle. Like I said, I'm not sparing any expense on the theming for this park whatsoever. I just want this to be an absolutely beautiful park, and that was always my initial kind of design thoughts and everything. This is not Six Flags. This is not Cedar Fair. We're going for Efteling, Alton Towers, Disney-like theming on this park. So, sparing no expense on anything. But yeah, that's it. This is Dragonfire here at Vista View, and I'm happy to be back in Vista View, like I said. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I don't have a whole lot else to show you right now at the moment, but we'll be back here again as soon as I possibly can with another video. And if I can get the smoothness worked out of that coaster, then we'll do a POV of it at some point in the future. So no promises though. It may just release as it is. But I'm hoping to try to get this park done by the end of the year. So we'll see what happens. I've got Silverwood, we've got Kings Falls, and I've got this one here, as well as Phoenix Beach for my Patreons. And patrons and subs, Twitch subs, of course, you are able to now check out the newest episode of my Patreon series, or my exclusive series, just for you major fans out there. You guys have access to episode 5 of Phoenix Beach, which is now up, which has been in the works for a little bit, and an all-new coaster built for the park. If you want to check that out, if you are a Twitch sub or a patron, either one. If you're a patron, you can check it out on the Patreon website. There's a link there. And if you're not a patron and you're a Twitch sub, you want to check it out, make sure you're in my Discord, and then head over into the particular... we have just one particular category there in my Discord group, which is just for Patreons and Twitch subs, and you can go check that out. And I also sent out an email to all of my Twitch subs as well with a link to view the video. So I tried to make sure that everybody was able to get at least an opportunity to view it. So that's going to be it from here at Vista View, guys. I'm happy to be back, like I said. I can't wait to kind of finish up this park. We're probably going to head over to our invert maybe next, kind of work into that area a little bit, and kind of finish up some of the other areas around here as well. So that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon, and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.